of identifying the avatar, identifying the incarnation, is an established science. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was identified as the by Yogi Raj Yogananda Puri, Vidwan Panduranganar, and the 230th Guru Mahasannidhanam of Tondemandaladinam of Kanchipuram. At the age of 16, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism received the official coronation by his Guru, Mata Vibhudananda Puri, also lovingly called as Mataji Kuppammal. As part of into the lineage and as the coronation, as part of the coronation rituals, Mataji Kuppammal and the traditional items of the kamandalu, the conch, and the wooden staff. These are the traditional items that are handed over along with the official induction of the successor as the successor into the lineage. And you can see here to the left a photo of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism at the age of 16 with Mata Vibhudananda Puri, as well as the Pattabhishekam photo on the right in front of the sacred Arunachala hill where the Supreme Hinduism is being coronated to revive Kailasa. Here we can see the early days in the mission of Kailasa and the mission of the Nithyananda Sangha. When the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was very young, the first temple monastery complex built by the Supreme Pontiff was for his Guru, Mataji Vibhudananda Puri in Tirunamale. This complex was built brick by brick of Hinduism himself under the guidance of his Gurus. After starting the public life in the year 2001, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism inaugurated the Erode Adinam, the first of Hinduism, established the first temple monastery in Tiruchengodu, South India. As you can see here on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's own handwriting, the annotation of this special occasion which happened on this day. We can also see in the year 2002, November 4th, at the age of 24, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism established the headquarters of Adi Kailasa Sarvanya Peetham in South India. By the year 2004, Hinduism at the age of 26 started conducting the mass living enlightenment conventions and initiations, taking people through powerful cleansing processes of the 7 energy bodies which each one of us carries. These mass living enlightenment initiations happened all the globe, North America, Canada, and Europe. By the age of 27, in the year 2005, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism welcomed with the proclamation message by the Mayor of St. Louis, Francis G. Slay. Here we can see the glimpses of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in various parts of the globe, all across the world, giving and conducting the Mass Living Enlightenment Initiation Convention. Here we can see during the Kumbh Mela of Nasik in the year 2015 and the Kumbh Mela of Ujjain in the year 2016. In both Kumbh Melas, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gave the Mass Living Enlightenment Initiation to attendees in both the Kumbh Mela festivals and the Living Enlightenment Process program, which was conducted during the festival period. Here we can see the official coronations happening to the Pontiff of Hinduism. The first coronation the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism received was at the very young age. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was coronated in 33rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Kanchi Tondemandaladinam. In the year 2002, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, was officially coronated Emperor of the Suryavamshi Surangi Samrajya. In the following years, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was coronated as the present 23rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Dharma Mukti Swarga Paramadhinam. In the year 2012, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was 293rd Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam of Kailas Sonata Shamla Pita Sarvinya Pita. In the year 2013, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was as the Mahamandaleshwar, which is the supreme spiritual head of the Mahanirvani Akhada, which is the largest apex monastic order, largest apex monastic body of Hinduism. In the year 2014, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was coronated Acharya Mahamandaleshwar, which is the head of all spiritual leaders of the Atal Akhada, which is the ancient most apex body of Hinduism. In the year 2015, Swamiji was elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by a congregation of more than 1,000 Hindu leaders, pontiffs. Here we can see the sovereign state of Sri Kailasa. What is Kailasa? Kailasa is a macrocosmic, ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation whose vision is living enlightenment for all of humanity. Kailasa's mission is to revive and share with today's world the practical applications of the greater sciences of authentic Hinduism, including the Hindu cosmic physics, Hindu alchemy, Hindu cosmology, Hindu biology, Hindu mathematics, station, and other sciences as revealed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. These sciences were once practiced freely in over 56 nations across, but are now facing extinction due to the persecution which has been happening over a millennium. Here we can see Sri Kailasa's Uniting Nations, which has initiated 100 initiations supporting a variety of humanitarian services, which collectively allows for the creation of an enlightened, peaceful, sustainable, equitable, resilient, and thriving world. One of the many initiatives which we're going to be looking at right now is the No Hungry Home project, Kailasa's Uniting Nations, for nutritious and healthy food. Yes, we are seeing here now the No Hungry Home project offered by Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for nutritious food and a hunger-free world. Sri Kailasa, over the past 27 years, has served more than 1 billion meals, and every month for the past 27 years, the Hindu ASMT community has organized more than 1 billion Annadan. Annadan is the free organic meals as per the tradition, which are served during the religious gatherings to everyone without discrimination. On a daily basis, up to 10,000 meals are served free of cost, and the numbers go up to 100,000 on festival days. Here we can see Kailasa's protective and preventive COVID care centers offered by Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for affordable and holistic healthcare. During the pandemic, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism converted his monastery campuses into a multi-layer quarantine facility. This multi-layer quarantine facility being provided in the monastery campuses of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism were given free for all, regardless of any differences in age, gender, caste, creed, ethnicity, color, or social economic status. Food, shelter, internet, and all basic facilities, including free medical care, were provided for everyone for an indefinite amount of time. More than 30 million Kailasa e-citizens followed Kailasa's 28-day spiritual regimen in the year 2020. Here we can see Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for Education Reform and Development, offering the Nithyananda Hindu University and the Nithyananda Gurukul. The Nithyananda Hindu University was established by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and is the world's largest. Nithyananda Hindu University has more than 20 million enrollments, 7,000 courses, and extended campuses in more than 150 countries. The Nithyananda Gurukul was inaugurated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on October 2nd, 2006. The Nithyananda Gurukul is the revival of the ancient Adi Shaiva Guru-disciple education system, which is an authentic knowledge transmission system based on living enlightenment. Here we have the Sri Kailasa nations for the protection of Hindu scriptures. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has established the Nithyananda Jnanalaya, which is the library, and the Hinduismpedia for this very purpose. The Nithyananda Jnanalaya project was established by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to collect and preserve the 1 million Hindu scriptures while ensuring that knowledge is made accessible and shared free of cost to all. Collecting and preserving the 1 million source books on Hinduism. The Hinduismpedia, Kailasa's Hinduismpedia, is where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has collected more than 15 terabyte of digital books and rare manuscripts from all 19 Sarvangas, ancient mutts and ashrams. More than 1 million pages on Hinduism, a collection of 22,000 digital books and 1,000 e-text books, as well as 100,000 articles have been collected on various topics in Hinduism. Not only that, but the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has personally authored more than 10,000 books in 3 languages, which have been translated into 50 other different languages, has published more than 10,000 articles, and has given more than 10,000 hours of free discourses with a combined view of 1 billion. Here we have the conferences for world peace offered by Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for global peace, which is harmony. In the year 2009, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism organized a month-long peace walk covering 1,000 kilometers and 1,000 villages to bring together in harmony from all walks of life to promote feeling connection and oneness among people. The walk, health camps were conducted in villages along its path. Here we can see the women empowerment programs offered by Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for women empowerment and gender equality. Yogini Sarvangipeetham is the establishment of yoga and meditation universities to empower the quality of life and emphasis on life solutions through Vedas and Agamas, empowering the indigenous rural women, fighting against wrongful gender stereotypes and lack of inclusive and quality learning environments. Some of these initiatives include the Kailasa's Nithyananda Lakshmi project, which is Kailasa's Women Foundation and Women Empowerment Cell, which have been launched in 108 places across the globe since its initiation in 2009. We also have Kailasa's Ankita program, which is providing foundational literacy about working of community services as well as infrastructural establishments. And lastly, we have Kailasa's Ashraya program, which is providing training programs to rural indigenous women to provide equal opportunity and access to independent, self-sufficient financial environments to them. Not only that, but the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revived the Vedic feminism in Kailasa, where 80% of the leadership positions are occupied by women. Next, here we have the Nithyananda Yoga, offered by Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for Yoga. The Nithyananda Kriyas are 108 scientifically validated Kriyas revived by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, specifically targeting the 108 major diseases and disorders such as diabetes, arthritis, blood pressure, rheumatism, and more. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also revived the ancient pole yoga, Shivastamba yoga, and rope yoga, Kundalini, in which yogic asanas, postures, and weight balancing techniques are performed to create the yogic physiology, aligning it to geometry that manifests superconscious powers. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also received 2 Guinness World records for the largest Rupala Yoga and largest pole yoga, Shivastamba Yoga classes, receiving worldwide attention to these extraordinary forms of yoga. These Guinness World Records were established on the 30th of September and 3rd of October, respectively. Despite being heavily persecuted continuously for over a decade, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has withstood and, in his unwavering intention and commitment, built the only Hindu nation, sovereign state of Sri Kailasa, the most ancient, protecting to revive and preserve Hinduism, the most ancient, most peaceful, still living and long-lasting, that shows the possibility of peaceful coexistence among people. Here we have one of the most historic moments of the Kailasa and the history of the building of Kailasa, where Kailasa, the first nation of Hindus, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda, spoke on behalf of the 2 billion global Hindu diaspora at the 14th session of the United Nations Forum on Minority Issues. A significant milestone in the history of Hindus and sovereign state of Sri Kailasa happened on December 2nd, 2021. His Excellency Shri Nithyananda, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary, represented the persecution of Hindus at the 14th session of the United Nations Forum on Minority Issues. The theme of the forum was conflict prevention and the protection of the human rights of minorities. This was the first time the plight of persecuted Hindu minorities were represented in the United Nations, and the ongoing and systematic generational attacks on Hindu indigenous traditions were highlighted in this meeting. Here now we are going to be looking at the various torture and murder and non-state actors. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, more than 70 attempts and physical attacks have happened on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in India as well as abroad. 40 attacks on community members, destruction of monasteries and temples. Over 60 incidences of attacks, molestation and rape of women and women monks. Intense lawfare through the 100 false cases, intersectional persecution using the entire government mechanism, politically owned media, police and judiciary controlled by politicians, inciting mob violence through the social media. These are but just few of the many ways the anti-Hindu spiritual elements have tried to persecute, harm and try to demoralize and prevent the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism from building and establishing the Kailasa nation. As we all can see now, how unsuccessful not only were their attempts were, but the success of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in establishing the Kailasa nation. With this, we would like to share with all of you very important and very special breaking news, which has been published very recently by the News Minute media platform. Here we can see the official post being presented on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's official Facebook page. As you can see here, media reveals the truth about no Interpol notice against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. The Interpol has debunked the spate of disinformation in media of any Interpol notice or diffusion against Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam in deference to the fact that he is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and head of the state of the United States of Kailasa. The persecution of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been recognized by the United Nations, international bodies and multis. After baseless rumor spread about Interpol notices being issued against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, media like News Minute have revealed the truth of no Interpol notice against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, along with clear evidence of letters directly from the Interpol on the same. So as you can see here, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is free and acquitted of if you are watching the media back in the years of 2019 and 2020, multiple news outlets, multiple media outlets, especially in India, were trying to portray that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was a refugee, was on the run, and was being wanted by Interpol. As you can see here now, Interpol themselves have cleared and dismissed all confusion and have cleared misrepresentation, misinformation being given on this matter, and that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism not only was never any charges were filed on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, never was he accused of committing any crime, but they also recognize the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as the head of the Sri Kailasa, United States of Kailasa. So this is an extremely good news for all of us as Kailasas and devotees and disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. We urge all of you to go ahead to social media, to Facebook, to Twitter, and share this great news with the whole world. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as charged with anything by Interpol or by any other international body. Moreover, these international bodies themselves now recognize the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as head of the sovereign state of Kailasa. Please go over and you can read all the news links have been posted in the official SPH handle in Facebook. So you can go there and refer to all the official links and the official statements being given by the Interpol, acquitting the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, clarifying that never any charges were made in the first. So with this, we're going to be moving on to the next segment of today's program, which is the power manifestation segment. The power manifestation science is one of the most important contributions the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has made for all of us, has made to humanity. In this segment, we're going to be going over manifestation works, the Shastric Pramana, the scriptural reference for this powers of power manifestation, as well as the live demonstration of these powers. So please stay tuned. Please, you can use this break to go ahead and visit the Facebook page and social media, Pontiff of Hinduism Facebook page, and read about these things for yourself. Not only that, but please take a few minutes and share with all your Facebook circles, your social media circles, and share this good news and spread the word. We'll be back with you after a break.
Since the beginning of time and space, Bhagwan Paramashiva, the all-powerful, all-pervasive, and all-knowing ultimate superconscious existence, revealed in the Vedas and Agamas, the source scriptures of Hinduism, the truths about himself and the manifested universe and its multidimensional and simultaneously existing dimensions and worlds, also known as parallel universes or vertical time zones.
Trutyadi pratyayasya kalo maya samudbhavaha. The Kala Tattva, which gives rise to the knowledge of various time zones and parallel universes such as Truti and others, is originated by Ananteshwara from the impure Maya.
Bhagwan Paramashiva mentions that as we experience the various higher states of consciousness, we simultaneously experience the various time zones associated with them. We get transported to the parallel universes and experience the other dimensions of our own existence, of our own personality.
Listen, Subarloka is all about stable bliss, absolute health and stable bliss. Maharloka is all about the highest peak possibilities. Jana Loka is the place where you can exist in multiple bodies at a time. You experience oneness as the super reality. Tapa Loka is that last struggle you go through. Sometimes you know you are Paramashiva, sometimes you just slip off, but again you say, I am Paramashiva. That space is the Tapoloka, an absolute surrender. Whether I am remembering, I am manifesting Paramashivatva, or I am deluded, I surrender both to Paramashiva. When you take that decision, you are lifted to Brahmaloka. You move to the Brahmaloka. The deep surrender lifts you to Brahmaloka. Then from there you move to Parandama, Vaikunta, and Kailasa, then Mahakailasa itself.
The key to unlock these parallel universes is hidden in the spine of the human body.
Human beings, only human beings on this planet Earth are empowered, hardwired, capable of migrating to parallel universe. Understand? Your spine is not only hardwired, capable of fuel, charged to lift you off to different parallel universes.
Sukritan manavo bhutva jnani chen mokshamapnuyat chaturashita-laksheshu sharireshu sharirinam namanusyam vina yatra tattvahanantu labhyate. Of the 8.4 million bodily forms, the human body is the most important, for it is this form in which one gets knowledge of the essence. This knowledge of essence cannot be attained in any other form other than human.
The possibility you have need to be told to you. Understand? Even though animals have spine, because the majority of the time they spend horizontally, the spine is not capable of getting fuel with a subtle fuel called ojas. The ojas need to be filled in your spine, and the kundalini need to be ignited for you to reach.
Yes, welcome to all the viewers to back to the session. Now we'll be entering the power manifestation session. So now we're going to be seeing what are the powers and how the powers manifest through us. So in the Vedas and Agamas, which are the source scriptures of Hinduism, Paramashiva reveals in elaborate detail that every human being is hardwired to be able to manifest the 463 extraordinary Shaktis of Paramashiva. Manifesting power Shaktis is described in a systematic method and science for human beings to explore the various possibilities and powers having access to the various states of consciousness. Shaktis manifest from the fundamental cognition that you are divine, and you need to manifest divinity and not that you are a human. Now we're going to be seeing the difference between the Shaktis and the Siddhis. So, Shaktis are powers, extraordinary manifestations that happen from the space of enlightenment and intense oneness with the Guru. Whereas Siddhis are powers that manifest from tapas or penance for enlightenment. And Siddhis manifest from the source of enlightenment, whereas Shaktis manifest from the source of enlightenment, whereas Siddhis manifest on the path of enlightenment. And the Shaktis manifest of Paramashiva, they manifest through any human being, whether irrespective of what he has done in the past and in the future, what he is going to do, irrespective of anyone, anything, they can manifest the Shaktis. But the siddhis manifest only after a long amount of tapas and penance that is done. And the shaktis are permanent, whereas the siddhis are not permanent, and they divert us from the path of enlightenment. Next, we're seeing the various ways the powers are validated. There are four different ways the powers are validated. So there is the Shastra Pramana, which is the scriptural references, direct revelations of Paramashiva, what Paramashiva has told in the Vedas and Agamas. Then we have the Apta Pramana, time-tested, foolproof experiences and experiments done by the ancient scientists who are the rishis and other enlightened beings who have walked this planet, like Paramahamsa Yogananda, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Ramana Maharishi, Mahapariva, all these great beings who are there with us just 50 to 20 to 50 years before, all including all of them and various other incarnations of Paramashiva, of Mahavishnu and other devatas that have happened, how they manifested, how they expressed these powers, showed it to the world. That is the Apta Pramana. The Atma Pramana is the time tested, foolproof, and validated experiences of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. After any experience that he had, he verified them with the Shastra Pramana. What the scriptures are saying, is his experience matching with the scriptures, and the Apta Pramanas, whether it's matching. And then the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shares it to us as his Atma Pramana. The Pratyaksha Pramana are the scientific evidence and the scientific study conducted on the powers and how these powers are manifesting. Now we'll be seeing the details of the detail of the pramanas after a few minutes. Now first we have to understand who is the source of the Shaktis and how these Shaktis manifest. And the answer is Paramashiva. Paramashiva is the primordial divinity in Hinduism, the ultimate reality cause, which is self-effulgent, Swayam Prakasha, all-pervading, all-inclusive, unchanged beyond, unclutched beyond time and space and form of this whole reality. And it is from Paramashiva that the whole reality that we know, this whole existence, this whole manifestation is maintained, sustained, rejuvenated, put in delusion, and liberated. So, this is the source from which the whole cosmos is created. Now, the understanding about the Shaktis, how these Shaktis manifest in the ultimate truth about the Shaktis. The powerful cognitions are, when they are understood and digested by our consciousness, they manifest as the ultimate Shaktis, Prajnana. Seeing the details of each of these pramana, what Paramashiva has given for each of these pramanas. So for the Shastra Pramana, it is from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 34, where Paramashiva gives an elaborate explanation of how these powers manifest from the third eye. The Shastra Pramana, the Sanskrit verse for the revelation is from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 34. The verse goes, Kapalantar manonyasa tishtanmilita lochanaha kramena manaso dhadyat lakshayet lakshyamuttamam. Paramashiva says, by fixing the mind on the inner space within the crown center and stably sitting without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession to the third eye, by that stability of the mind and inner space, one has the divine vision of the Lakshyam, the ultimate goal, and the vision beyond the sight showing the any object or place and attaining the space of oneness with the source Paramashiva. Now we are going to see the Apta Pramana for this power. The Apta Pramana is from the beautiful scripture of the Mahabharata, the Purana of the Mahabharata, where Bhagavan Sri Krishna shows Arjuna his cosmic form, the Vishwarupa Darshana. So the story goes that Arjuna asked Krishna that he wanted to see the cosmic form of Krishna, of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, and Krishna tells Arjuna that you cannot see the cosmic form with the physical eyes of yours. Therefore, I initiate you, I grant you the divine vision of the third eye, behold my cosmic form. So this is exactly the translation of the 8th verse of the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. And then the 11th chapter continues with Arjuna describing the various aspects of the magnificent form of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Now we are seeing the Atma Pramana, how the supreme point of Hinduism experienced this power. So in his own words, the supreme point of Hinduism says, the first experience that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degrees, 10 directions, and below me, everything I realized, not only I was able to see, I was able to feel and experience all that is me. So we can see here how the supreme point of Hinduism's own experience is aligning with the Shastra Pramana. Here we can see the scientific research and scientific study that has been conducted on the directly on the supreme point of Hinduism, showing the existence and the energy that is being radiated from the third eye. So we can see here that directly the supreme point of Hinduism itself is undergoing a brain scan. The special technology that was used was the positron emission tomography, which is used to see how much energy being released from the brain. And they saw that when the supreme point of Hinduism was in the state of was in a meditative state, they saw large amounts of energy being radiated from the frontal lobe where the third eye is. And this same readings have been replicated by the Balasans and the other yogis who underwent the various other like EEG scans and other scans. When they went through, the same kind of readings were shown. Now we are going to be seeing one of the powers that manifests from the space of the third eye, which is the power of conscious matter. And for that, I will be having my Atmalinga, and I will be making the Atmalinga to stand on my hand, as recently we have been initiated into this power. So I'll be manifesting this for you. Before we go into the manifestation, I'll be reading the Shastra Pramana for the power. The Shastra Pramana for this power is from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 120, Dharana 95. The verse goes, Kvachid vastuni vinyasya shanay drishtim nivartayet tajnanam chitta sahitam devi shunyalayo bhavet. Paramashiva says, having fixed one's eyes on a particular object, vastu, one should slowly withdraw the sight of that object along with the thoughts and impressions of that object. Then, O Devi, one abides in Shunya, the state where there is ultimate oneness and all inclusive infinite inclusivity. So this is the beautiful meaning of the verse that Paramashiva has given to us. So now I'll be showing you this my hand in the close, have a better view of the manifestation.
I welcome you all with my love and respect. Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Yuham.
Here we can see my Atmalinga, and so here we can see my Atmalinga, and so
I welcome you all with my love and respect. Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
yes, so we can see my Atmalinga now. Sorry for the technical glitch. Yeah, so here my Atmalinga is there, and I'm going to be making the Atmalinga to stand. So here you can see my hand, that there is no kind of, any something abnormal. There's no kind of glue. There is it's just looking as normal. So I can have a better look now. Now, and my Atmalinga is there, and as we know, the Atmalinga is made of a crystalline material, so there's no kind of thing which is there, which can make the Atmalinga move. And I have this tissue paper over here. It's just a regular tissue paper, and I'm having this so that when the demonstration is happening, and just before I do the power, I can show that there are no kind of strings which are tied to the Atmalinga. So now I'm going to be placing the Atmalinga on my hand. So I'm placed the Atmalinga on my hand, and now with this tissue paper, I'm just going to be circling the Atmalinga to show that there's no strings which are there around. And so you can see that there is no strings which are there around, and even when the paper is moving, there's no kind of movement. And I'll also be showing this when the manifestation is happening. So I'm just keeping the tissue paper here. So now I'll be connecting with Paramashiva, and as we saw in the Shastra Pramana, the detailed revelation, the step-by-step revelation is given on how the manifestation happens. So I'll be connecting with Paramashiva, and from that space of oneness, we'll be seeing the manifestation happening. And this time, now you can also take this time to either, you want to manifest any reality that in your life, or you also want to manifest this power. You can do this right now, because I'm in the space of entanglement. When I create that space, automatically, because we are all in the same state of Paramashivoham, automatically you will also be affected by this. Like how when someone heals us from a far distance, also we still receive the healing. When Swamiji gives us the healing from wherever he is in Mahakailasa, and we are thousands of kilometers away, we have seen years and times to get, again we have seen this happening, like how through the two-way video conferencing, the supreme point of Hinduism was able to transfer the energy, either it's materialization, or it is healing, or it is levitation. Anything was possible. So now you can also take the same time to we are going to be manifesting. So now I'm going to be chanting the Mahavakya, and you can also chant along, and then we will all see the manifestation happening. ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्। ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्। ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्। ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्। नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्। ॐ 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 नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्। So yes, we have seen the manifestation happening now. Now let us Also, if we have manifested, let's post that in the chat also, saying that if you have manifested, you can just let us know also how you manifested. So now we'll be moving on to the next session.
I welcome you all with my love and respect. Let you all.
Yes, so now we'll be moving on to the next session. And just before we move, reiterate the amazing happened, how Sanatana being held is being revived by the supreme founder of Hinduism. Through his revival, we are that how other international communities are also supporting the supreme founder of Hinduism. And as we know, how Bhagavan Sri Krishna has said that dharmo rakshati rakshitaha, when we support the dharma, automatically dharma also supports us. So even though there is so much of negativity which is being happening in the outer world, how much of attack against the supreme point of Hinduism, the will persistence that has been shown by the supreme point of Hinduism again and again in various fields, whether it is to support the um, No Hungry Home project, or the construction of the Kailasa, or the various other temple monasteries that has been constructed by the supreme founder of Hinduism. Each one of them have been a pillar showing the greatness of the will persistence of the supreme founder of Hinduism. So it is our responsibility also to share to all our friends and families, telling them the truth about really what has happened and how the supreme founder of Hinduism is supporting the world, is helping the humanity to raise to the next level of consciousness. And if we want the humanity also to accept the happening, then we need to inform them, because with knowledge comes the, when you have the knowledge about something, it is a tool, it is a power that you gain. So make sure that you share this with as many number of people you know, and don't just spam it to them. Go and show it to them, post it in a group, and give your own um, understandings and your explanation of how the supreme point of Hinduism is helping the humanity. Because we know that when we share this to a large number of people, more people will start accepting this and will get to know the truth. Because the media, and we know how many anti spiritual and anti social elements have been continuously attacking the supreme founder of Hinduism, attacking Hinduism overall, and trying to push the humanity into delusion. So when we give them the truth about this, they will start understanding that the supreme founder of Hinduism is helping us and supporting us to rise to the next level of super consciousness. So make sure that you share this to as many number of people in a meaningful way, without spamming them, or without just giving it, just sharing it to them, but give everyone the understanding about this, and tell them about the authenticity of this link which has been um, pinned in the description of this post, and tell them about the authenticity and the work that the supreme founder of Hinduism has been doing for humanity. So now let us take this beautiful opportunity that has happened and share it to the whole world. Let us share this beautiful happening to the whole world, and let the humanity know that the supreme founder of Hinduism is the real Nejavatara of Paramashiva, come down to raise us to the next level of super consciousness. So now, before we move into the next segment, where we'll be learning about the various forms of various way the power manifestation can raise us to the next level of consciousness. The how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has shared the science of power manifestation. We'll be learning about that in the next segment. So now let us share this post with everyone. And now to the next segment where we'll be learning the greater truths about manifesting Shaktis, how Paramashiva has given these Shaktis, and how oneness, integrity, and manifesting Shaktis can raise us to the next level of superconscious breakthrough. So now let's all sit straight. Once we have finished the post and once we have finished sharing, even throughout the video, make sure that you share it so that you can take this to a larger number of people. So make sure you do that, and also come to the space of listening, and let us now enter into the video.
Every day religiously play with powers. Playing with powers means what? Playing with your oneness. Playing with your ability to be grounded in oneness with Mahadeva, Sadashiva. Understand, powers sometime may not manifest, but you playing with Mahadeva always does right thing for you. That's the best thing for you. Sometimes the food you ate will be digested, sometimes may not be digested. That does not mean you will stop eating. Even if the food what you took is not digested, you have to take some other food which will make that digested and clean the stomach. Some people ask me, what is the solution for power not manifesting? Solution for power not manifesting is power manifestation. That's all. Just little more oneness and little more will persistence. That's it. Power manifestation will automatically make you integrated. Man with $1 billion will not lose his integrity for a penny on the street. Law of life. Understand? Law of life. Integrity is a law for the poor man, moral for the middle class man, way of life for a rich man. I am not talking just in ordinary money sense. I am talking from the sense of powerfulness. Integrity is the law to be enforced on a powerless poor man. It's a moral to be taught for a middle class man who faces ups and downs. It's a way of royal way of life. Raja Vidya for powerful being. So all your energy, your effort, your will, persistence should go on power manifestation. So naturally, your idea about you will be raised. Understand? You just need to feel all the time you are Harry Potter. Means we can create a new word, Harry Potter. You just should know. You have that oneness. Spider. You can just stretch your hands and that spider will spread all around and you can do what you want. Oneness is the material. Oneness is the existence. Oneness makes you feel royal. That's the right word I'll utter. Constantly manifesting more and more of oneness, more and more of power manifestation, more and more of strength, more and more of powerfulness. Integrity follows powerfulness. I tell you honestly, power manifestation and powerful cognition manifestation makes you integrated. Integrity never makes you manifest powers. That's the truth. Don't expect by practicing integrity you will manifest powers. That, I don't know how many janmas it will take. On manifesting powers, that will actually make you healthy, wealthy. For example, if you are moving a matter, don't think just you are only moving a matter. You will be cleaning your liver and kidney and heart during those moments. If you even medically test, your internal organs will be at their best performance. When you move a matter, time stops working on you and the anti-aging happens to you. A reversal of all the physical damage done to your body by time happens. If you just move a matter through power manifestation, your yoga will become amazing. Your digestion will become amazing. And your wealth manifestation will become amazing. Because you need to understand all power manifests from the space of Mahadeva, Sadashiva. It's not that for each power you have a separate mantra and you use that mantra, only that power manifests. No. You use tantra, not mantra, which is same for all power manifestation. Go on be power manifesting. Go on be reaching out to others. Go on be causing. I tell you, that just makes you a pure channel of Mahadeva, Sadashiva. That makes you a pure channel of Sadashiva. Every day at least 1 hour play with power manifestation, minimum. Whole day going on playing is the best way. Even if you go and sit in the beach or lake, play with the water. Just instruct and water will listen to whatever you say. Be part of this Sangha. That will help you tons of ways to do power manifestation. Let your life be built, grounded on power manifestation. Every way, think and align. Let your life be grounded on power manifestation. All power manifestation should align to manifest what you want as reality. Understand? Whatever you want in your life, you should be able to manifest. That is what is the purpose of power manifestation. Please maintain highest integrity and actual goal is manifesting life. Understand, when you move the coconut, crack the coconut, that is not the actual goal. Just cracking the coconut and break, it will crack, that's all. When you move the coconut, crack the coconut, use that power to balance your blood pressure, balance your sugar level, to heal your intra-organs, internal organs, and reverse aging. These are all the real powers which you can manifest through this coconut moving. Understand, when you know your consciousness over the matter, then your internal organs are also matter. Have power over them and start healing them, reversing them. Reversing the diseases and reversing the aging. Reversing the tiredness and boredom they all feel due to aging. That's the real achievement. Understand? All are to manifest what you want in your life as reality. If you are able to materialize something, then start using that power every day in your profession, in your career, in your everyday life. Start moving things in your life. Otherwise, what is the use? What is the use of this so-called materialization or other manifestation? Manifestation of powers is to manifest Ishwaratva. Means Ishwaratva means being Lord of your life. At least your life. Be Lord of your life. Manifest whatever you want. Go on, I tell you, when you start manifesting whatever you want very casually, with a lot of fun, without much effort, without feeling difficulty or anxiety, even once you feel, will it happen or not? Over. You are no more Ishvara. Without even remembering like that once, moving things, moving life as flow is Ishwaratva. Understand? Ishwaratva is the smell of Sadashivatva. State, space, powers, manifestation. In this three level, Ishwaratva is smell of Sadashivatva. Ishwaratva is flavor of Sadashivatva. Absolute integrity. Whether it is third eye or remote scanning or body vision, any power manifestation, materialization or teleportation, anything, absolute integrity. Whatever he gave, knowledge, intelligence, powers, understanding, body, mind, relationships, everything, align it to integrity to him. Over. Understand? We have nothing to give him other than our integrity. What else we can give him? You can pour water to clean the deity. You can pour milk to clean the deity. But he is not going to drink it. It is going to come back and you are going to drink it. It's going to come back as prasadam and you are going to drink it. What is the only one thing you can give him? Your integrity to him. When I fell in love with him, that's what I decided. Mahadeva, I'll be integrated to you forever. That is the symbol of love. That is the symbol of love. So in all power manifestation, make sure we are highly integrated. We are highly integrated. not for anybody else, but for Mahadeva, but for Sadashiva, Akala. Understand? When you are completely integrated to Him, the confidence He showers on you is the best power you can have. The confidence, the feeling empowered. I tell you, even if an ordinary person loves you, how much you are empowered, feeling empowered. If Sadashiva loves you, what will happen? Whole universe empowers you. Whole universe is empowering you. Understand? His love is the most empowering. Causeless joy and ecstasy manifests as powers and causes your reality. So, essence of today's satsang. Use all power manifestations every moment. Ultimately, what is power manifestation? The strength of your oneness with me. That's all. The powerful declaration of your oneness with me. Use that every moment to manifest what you want in your life. Declare what you want in your life, oneness with Swamiji. When the self-doubt comes, complete it. Again declare. It's a war between you and your self-doubt. Till the self-doubt becomes powerless, go on declaring. That is what I call manifesting. Even materialization should be in 3 seconds of your declaration. When you bring yourself to that oneness, let Swamiji express through this body and let it materialize. It should be only 3 seconds. The moment the sankalpa comes out of your mind, within 3 seconds it should come out of your hand. Then it is materialization. Only then it is materialization. Understand, if it is not happening, then there is a self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred. Complete it. Again start. Complete it. Again start. Do it with absolute integrity. And I commit with you all, Sadashiva will manifest. You are all initiated by original brand. I'll give you one example of one story recorded. Mahadeva comes to eat, which is called puttu in Tamil, a breakfast, roughly equivalent to dry idli or powdered idli. That's the way I should call it. Powdered idli. He comes down to eat puttu from a old lady devotee, and then he demonstrates the power of all pervasiveness, where the Pandya tries to beat, Mahadeva with his ruling staff, which still has the mark. During that incident, Mahadeva manifests, demonstrates the power of all pervasiveness. The stick which has hit Mahadeva's back hits the back of all the animate, inanimate beings, stavaram jangamam vyaptam. Animate and inanimate. Whole thing experiences that stick. Understand, the power he manifested in that Leela is Stavaram Jangamam Vyaptam. And the sacred secret he demonstrated in that Leela. He comes down to eat the love. Understand, not the pit, but the love. In your life, if you decide, you will eat only, you will perceive, enjoy, receive only the emotions, not the objects. You won't care about the matter, but about the experience. Always be radiating the all-pervasiveness. Understand? Love is the fuel for you to experience oneness. That is what he is showing in that one incident. He pursues secret and he manifests that power which is expressed by that one sacred secret. If you want to manifest the power of all-pervasiveness, practice the sacred secret of love being your driving force, not fear or greed. That will establish you in oneness, and that will manifest the all-pervasiveness power. I am receiving messages. I am having initiation, Swamiji. I am manifesting power. Sometimes it is clicking, sometimes it is not clicking. It means you are still in the mood of dating, not in the mood of permanent, settled, long-term relationship. Still you are in the mood of, let me see how works. No. Sadashiva is not available for dating. He is available only for a permanent, eternal relationship. This is the country of integrity and stability. The society derives its stability from the integrity of the individuals. Understand? Bring responsibility in your enriching and causing. You will see the intensity in your power manifestation. Responsibility in your enriching and causing. You decide. It is your integrity, your responsibility, your stability. That is going to manifest as powers in you. The sacred secret you need to practice is integrity to responsibility of enriching and causing. If you feel you want to manifest this power more strongly, become a committed cause. So develop a responsible, enriching and causing thought current intensely. You will intensely manifest all these great powers of length, body scanning, and healing. This will manifest so intensely. You will be able to do all this remotely. You will be able to perform spiritual surgeries remotely. You will melt tumors, break kidney stones, melt the fat. You will perform even beauty surgeries just through the third eye. Just through the third eye. Understand? You can alter the DNAs just through the third eye. You will manifest intense powers of logic. Body scanning and healing. Again, I want to remind you, it is your intense responsibility to enrich and cause. It is your intense commitment to enrich and cause opens to Mahasadashiva. Anything which happens as a natural flow, spontaneous flow in your life is powerful cognition in you. Powerful cognition never struggles. That is the law of life. If there is a struggle, some part of you is not having powerful cognition. Whether you want to manifest wealth, health, life, beautiful relationships, enlightenment, joy, anything you want. If you manifest powerful cognitions, one of the most fundamental thing will happen to your life is a free flow expression. Dharma is a spontaneous natural law, manifests due to conscious decision. Listen carefully. But if you consciously decide to practice that cognition with a powerful cognition, the ultimate truth, I am Paramashiva, anything other than this is delusion and pollution in me. When you start practicing this powerful cognition, first it will start expressing in the form of peace. You will find more time you are spending in peace, then more time in bliss, more time in the space of completion, more time happiness, more time settled, more consciousness, more alive, more active, more brilliance. Will naturally manifest all this in your body language, in your biology, in your chemistry, in your physiology, and you will automatically inspire this oozing powerful cognition in others' life, people around you, a natural organic enriching. Natural organic enriching always happens just by your free flow with the. So now, I gave you one example. Again and again and again infusing the ultimate cognition, I am Paramashiva, into your buddhi. Every possible way you can cognizing it. Every possible way manifesting it. Every possible way living it. Decide from now, let Paramashiva reside in this. Understand, never doubt the power of your powerful cognitions. They are 10,000 years you might have abused your body. Even 10 minutes if you invoke Paramashiva, he possesses you. He owns you. He just manifests you. Understand? He does not bother. Light does not bother whether the room was in the darkness for 10 years or 10,000 years. It just comes and lights up. Paramashiva does not bother. You lived in ignorance 10,000 years or 10 years. The enters and just manifests. Immediacy, instant effect of Paramashiva's powerful cognitions is not dependivity of the practice, but the quality of ability to cognize. It depends on will persistence, conscious decision and will persist. Revival of the Kailasa. Even if you practice little bit, powerful cognitions are such, even practicing little bit releases you, liberates you from the great fears. The state of Paramashiva, pure nirvana, sharira, turiyatita state, pure enlightened space. That state is the state of Paramashiva, where the source of the cosmos vibrates in its existential frequency. The space of Paramashiva means the space in which the integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, completion, these 6 powers manifest and manifest all the possibilities. Understand? Integrity is not rule or restriction or moral. No, it's a power. Paramashiva's space is a power. Integrity is a power. Authenticity is a power. Responsibility is a power. Enriching is a power. Causing is a power. Completion is a power. It is not moral. It is power. If you are struggling with integrity, you are thinking integrity. If you know waking Brahma Muhurta and meditating is manifesting power, your life's purpose, you know you have a power to expand more powers, you will simply wake up in the Brahma Muhurta and start doing yoga and meditation. Integrity is a power. I really want all of you do this exercise for a few minutes. Where all you feel integrity, authenticity, responsibility and enriching as a binding moral rule, suffocating, pen down. All that spots are your blind spots. You have incompletions there. You need to change your cognitions. You need to complete and manifest powerful cognitions there and realize integrity is power. Authenticity is power. Responsibility is power. Enriching is power. Changing powerless cognitions and adding powerful cognitions is completion. Realizing your integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching is power, not bondage, is living enlightened. Poverty is nothing but economical illegitimacy to your identity. If you build the spiritual identity, right identity, you will manifest economical legitimacy, means wealth. because of your powerful cognitions, the way you carry yourself is accepted by everyone. The way you live becomes a culture, is cultural legitimacy for you. Bring powerful cognitions in your life, through that bring spiritual legitimacy to your existence, to your identity. With that strength, bring social, cultural, economic legitimacy to your existence. Naturally, you will be able to manifest anything you want. Understand? This whole science, manifesting the state, manifesting the space, manifesting the powers, manifesting the being, manifesting the superconsciousness of Paramashiva. Listen. If you bring spiritual, social, cultural legitimacy to you, you will understand this science of living enlightenment is the complete solution for all the problems individual or society or modern day humanity is facing. Then you will understand all the problems of the modern day humanity, Sanatana Hindu Dharma is solution.
On. Hello everybody, welcome back. We listened from Swamiji about how manifesting Shakti, manifesting powers, is not just about seeing through your third eye or doing body scanning or just materializing something, but the very purpose of the power manifestation itself is for you to manifest the life the way that you want. Especially now, we are looking at the entire world going through a complete back off in various situations, especially after the COVID pandemic rose, whether it's in the sector of health, whether it's in the sector of finance, whether it's in the sector of health, in any field that you see, there has been such a big backlash that has been there and irrevocable damage that has happened to so many people. And especially now, we are looking at a lifestyle, we are looking at many people getting laid off from their jobs. Now the question is, during all of this suffering that is going on, during all of these crises and so much of nonsense that is going on with the entire world,
not knowing what is going to happen. Especially now there is a prediction of the recession that is going to be happening globally, that's going to be happening. And then there are all these predictions of so much of wars happening in between multiple different countries, so much of instability that is there, and the drop in high big tech companies which are there. Now, while all of this is going on, it puts us through a lot of fear, it puts us through a lot of insecurity, it puts us through a lot in our head. Now, are we going to go by the fear and greed of life, or are we going to manifest the life the way we want? And is it actually possible to manifest the life as we want? The simple and straightforward answer is yes. You can manifest the way that you want. As we listened from Swami just a few moments before, the way that we manifest this, for us to manifest the powers, to manifest the life as we want, it is through receiving the initiation from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, our beloved Swamiji. And we all have the beautiful to be part of the Paramashivam program. We have the link that is projected for all of us on the right side. So you can all go over and scan the link, scan the QR code which is there, which will help you to go over to the Paramashivam program starting on February 11th. By registering yourself for the Paramashivam program, you will see that you can actually manifest the life as you want. See, whether it is a problem with you not having proper health, or whether it is a problem with respect to you not having enough resources to manifest the life that you want in the dimension of wealth, or it can be in the dimension of relationships, in any dimension that you call. The solution for the problem is not external, but the solution is internal. Swamiji beautifully tells a story. There was a man once who was there, and he is right standing in between the street, under a street light, and he's searching for a ring. And people who walk by, they go to him and they ask, what are you searching for? He says, I lost a very, very important wedding ring that was given to me. So 2 more people help him searching. 15 minutes pass. Another 5 people walk by the same road. And then they see him again searching. 3 people standing and searching. Then they come and join. And they continue to search. Time passes by. The number of people increase. But they are all searching in the same place. Suddenly they get a doubt and they ask, brother, we have been searching for the last 1 hour, but there's no sign of the ring anywhere. Are you sure you dropped it here? Where did you drop it? He says, oh no, I dropped it in the house. Where the friend immediately becomes furious and asks, are you fool? When you dropped it in the house, why are you sitting here? He says, there is no light in my house, so I'm sitting and searching here. This is exactly what we are doing. When we are going through so much of suffering, and when we go through problems in our life, be it wealth, be it relationships, be it health, in any field that you call it, when we look at the problem actually is because we do not know where we need to search the solutions. That's the actual problem. The problem itself is not what you are going through, but what kind of diagnosis you are doing and you even need to approach for the solution. That is what we are all lacking. If you look at Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in our Vedas and the Agamas, in the source scriptures of Hinduism, Paramashiva